Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dan, the voice behind ThatKaitoDan, and welcome to my analysis for the latest RWBY World of Remnant, all about the things between the kingdoms. Before we start though, sorry again for the delay to some content, and also sorry if things sound a little bit weird, but it's all to do with the fact that I've been moving to Spain. If you didn't watch my recent update, yeah, I've now moved to my new home in Spain, and with it, delays were bound to happen. Hopefully all is good with my reaction to the most recent episode, which was done before the move, so if it's up, be sure to check that out, and even if it's not, please do check it out when it is out. Also, because of the current goings on with the Switch, I didn't record my reaction to this latest World of Remnant due to time and such. Regardless, regular reactions will continue moving forward, but for now, you just got the analysis for this bite-sized vid. So yeah, we had our first World of Remnant for the volume's proper run, after we had some with the deeper looks into the four kingdoms, plus we've now seen some of our heroes in action, and now we've got to see some things all about the wild world of Remnant, not limited to the major cities. So what did we get from this latest lesson with Crow? Let's take a look and see. Actually, one note again on Crow's narrating work. It really does feel like he's welcoming us in as he speaks, not spurting out knowledge to just himself, but almost like he's teaching someone. Maybe it's us as if we were part of this world, or maybe Team Ranger or just RWBY exclusively, as he addresses whoever he's speaking to as either a huntsman or a huntress. It's still a nice change up to how the past narrators approach the discussion, and I love it. But yes, Crow mentions the obvious when it comes to what you can expect to see outside of the kingdoms. A megaton of Grim. Though as long as you've got the numbers on your side, and you are skilled enough in combat as many a huntsman or huntress would be, you should be fine. The numbers work against you though, and it won't be long until you're swarmed by the monsters. Think of it like a low and a high tide of the sea. You gotta be wary of your limits. Beyond the beasties though are small towns and villages, most of them likely housing an inn or two, that could be handy for those wandering the world who may need a pit stop, or any fighters who wish to recover after taking up a job. Similar, I assume, to the bar that we heard Crow mention in the past. We also got a small sense of why some of these people living here wish to opt out of the kingdom life. Oh, I'm sure many just want to have a peaceful culture over the more tech and combat focused spots that we know about in terms of the kingdoms, or just want a simpler life that they feel that they can't get in a big bustling kingdom. But some may not agree with the goings on of these places, maybe even the government as a whole, or any negatives that comes with living in the kingdoms. That's interesting to think about. The fact that some of these guys are willing to accept a far more life-threatening environment with the Grim constantly knocking at their door than the lives that they could get in the kingdom's comforts. To willingly trade the heightened security, the larger community, and more for a riskier setting. We even saw a bit of that with the village in episode 1, the head there stating that theirs was a peaceful life, one perhaps they couldn't get in Mistral. That's not to say people outside the kingdoms are basically living a delayed death sentence. There are still huntsmen and huntresses willing to aid in defending those in need, and just like the kingdoms, there are natural barriers like mountain ranges and difficult climates that can make for solid defensive terrain, a key element that can team up with man-made defenses and those willing to fight for their safety. It's not entirely impossible for villagers to survive, so long as they are smart enough to benefit from their surroundings and measure up to their challenges, to avoid joining the vast majority of villages that do fall not long after its inception. But it's not just the Grim that's to blame for some of the troubles out in the wild, as we saw in episode 2. Some folk take up the life of a bandit and join in with fellow thieves and scum who will prey on the weak, be it villages or convoys to and from kingdoms. These lot are willing to steal from others and all in all bring pain and hurt. They don't play fair either, raiding vulnerable places post Grim attacks or when their defenses are low, and with it comes the chain reaction. You shouldn't be shocked to know that such cruelty, such inhuman acts breed fear and hatred, all stewed up nicely for the Grim to catch wind of, washing in like a plague to lay the final blow. Jerks as they may be, to steal Crow's opinion there, these bandits are smart, tactical in their approach, skilled in their craft, and wise enough to get out of dodge before the Grim make meals of their never-ending wave of negativity. They won't weigh anchor for long, always prepped for moving to their next target. Though I do wonder if that mark that Ren and Nora spied could be a bandit symbol that they leave behind, so they can spare themselves heading back to a place that they've already struck, which could still house some Grim. So add up the Grim, the bandits, and the challenges people face from nature like harsh deserts, freezing cold lands, and more, and it's quite the struggle that people will be having to contest with if they feel the kingdoms are not their cup of tea in terms of real estate. At least most of the remnants mapped out right now, so many will know where it is they are currently, or at least where they could travel to next for whatever reason. Though some places are off the map, not for a lack of trying though. Some have tried to scope these locations out, but for whatever reason, they don't return. Of course, this could be down to some majorly difficult obstacles in terms of the environment or just the Grim, but as Crow teases, one of these unmapped areas could be where she lives, no doubt meaning the big bad Salem herself. This bit of information at least hints that Salem's domain may not be some alternate region or alternate dimension or whatever. It could very well be just a very dangerous section of the world that has been unmapped due to things like the Grim or Salem herself. And that's really all for this video. Honestly, a lot of information in this world of Remnant could have been scoped by past episodes, and we didn't really get anything in terms of groundbreaking information. But it was still nicely animated, and we did get some curious insight on one or two things, like why some prefer the world outside of the kingdoms. But what did you guys think about this discussion? Was there enough, or would you have liked more information? What do you hope to see next time we hear from Crow in a world of Remnant? Let me know in the comments down below, plus be sure to like and fave the video if you wish, and subscribe and click on the bell to know when new uploads are out. And follow me on Twitter at ThatKaitoDan for more RWBY related posts, updates on new content, and more. Until next time though, have a good day or good night, and peace out.